Desperate Australians losing billions more to pokies during cost of living crisis, researcher warns. Financial vortex threatens undersaved workers, Goldman says, as only 36% of U.S. workers have 3 months of income or more saved for emergencies. In the UK, it has been speculated that PM Rishi Sunak is responsible for biggest income tax rise in at least 50 years, and the said tax rise to cost workers £40 billion British pounds, $17.4 billion in U.S. treasuries dumped by BRICS nations China, Brazil and Saudi Arabia in 1 month. Egypt's bonds fight back after Moody's downgrade triggers tumble. Moody's downgraded Egypt's ratings to B3, changes outlook to stable.
The firm behind the largest crypto ETF, ProShares, launches 6 Ether futures ETFs, expanding crypto ETF market. Canada issues preliminary guidelines for stablecoin trading. Lido, Coinbase, and Rocket Pool corners 89% of Ethereum's booming $20 billion liquid staking market. Backed launches, tokenized BlackRock ETF on Base Network. Yuga Labs announces layoff, citing global economic circumstances. Majority of Canadians support caps on immigration. International students amid housing crisis. Germany cancels funds intended for NGOs from 2024, but the Foreign Ministry denies the newspaper.
Chris McCumber exits as Blumhouse Television president. Division undergoes layoffs. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein adds Christoph Waltz.
Castlevania, Nocturne renewed for 2nd season by Netflix. Disney animation head teases a potential Tron animated film. Marlon Brando's Rolex GMT Master Ref 1675 from Apocalypse Now goes to auction. Shauna Tripsick dies. The Mandalorian, Ahsoka and Firefly costume designer was 56.
Man appears in court over alleged plot to kidnap and murder Holly Willoughby. Drake says he will take break from music to focus on health issues. Trump given 7 days to submit list of firms that will lose New York business licenses, as dates set for dismantling of Donald Trump's businesses. Trump drops lawsuit against judge who doomed his company. Shell called out for promoting fossil fuels to youth via Fortnite game. Malaysia ready to help deal with forest and land fires in Indonesia, confirms Indonesian Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
6 people accused of assassinating Ecuador presidential candidate are killed in prison. In Brazil, privatized prison company will earn 233 real per prisoner per day. In Rio Grande do Sul, in India, left-wing extremism will be eliminated completely from country in 2 years, says Amit Shah.
China believes UK spies tracked one of their submarines by bugging a sailor's Apple smartwatch before the vessel got caught in one of Beijing's own underwater traps, killing all on board. US expels 2 Russian diplomats after Moscow expelled American diplomats last month. ISIS-affiliated news website collects donations with Monero. Turkey says it killed 58 Kurdish militants in northern Syria. EU Parliament calls for harmonization of rights of autistic people. In Europe, Kazakhstan drafts media law to increase use of Kazakh language over Russian. USA's ICE, CBP and the Secret Service have illegally used smartphone location data. Germany to supply Ukraine with more air defense systems to protect grain routes. Satellite imagery highlights dramatic increase in Korea-Russia border rail traffic. U.S. Monitor. Australia supplies Ukraine with 100 PPDs drones per month. Russia withdraws weapons from Armenia. France announces arms supplies.
Hamas launches Operation Al-Aqsa flood with barrage of rockets. Israel declares state of alert for war. At least 100 Israelis, 200 Palestinians dead. Hamas takes dozens hostage after storming border as Netanyahu declares war and cuts off power to the Gaza Strip. Police found 115 bodies at Colorado Green Funeral Home while investigating putrid smells. Loud explosion heard in Pakistan's Dera Ghazi Khan city with nuclear facility. Officials say sonic boom. After COVID killed off a flu strain, annual flu shots are in for a redesign. People may suffer long colds more than 4 weeks after infection, study shows. A team has developed an intranasal trivalent MMS vaccine candidate that can protect against 3 major diseases, measles, mumps, and multiple SARS-CoV-2 vax, in a single vaccine, which is a modification of the MMR vaccine.
Google and Apple face fines in South Korea for breaching in-app billing rules. Amazon steps in with AMZ tokens. Amazon Wallet and Digital Marketplace. Windows May 12 requires subscription. FTX co-founder Gary Wang agreed to cooperate in Sam Bankman-Fried case. In his first meeting with prosecutors, I thought I was likely to be charged. Australian authorities seize crypto worth $1.5 million from alleged drug dealer. Galx protocol hit by DNS attack. Losses surpass $150,000.
San Francisco says tiny sleeping pods, which cost $700 a month and became a big hit with tech workers, are not up to code. Algeria announces preventive measures against spread of bedbugs. From France,
The hormonal milieu of pregnancy remodels a distinct population of hypothalamic neurons in mice that mediates the onset of parental behavior before giving birth. Sensing of estradiol and progesterone by galanin-expressing neurons in the medial preoptic area is necessary for this behavioral change. Earthquake forecasting with big data and artificial intelligence. The testing accuracy reaches 70% in 2021. Earth's inner core is more like a ball of butter than a solid metal sphere, a new study suggests. WWE star Randy Orton reportedly paid $1,000 to level up in Elden Ring. Voice actress Jennifer Hale says she was paid only $1,200 for her role as Naomi Hunter in Metal Gear Solid. CD Projekt spent roughly $125 million turning Cyberpunk 2077 around, post-launch with patches and DLC to fix the game's image. Lies of PDLC confirmed by Neowiz Job posting.
U.S. jobs growth exceeds expectations, fuels interest rate hike fears, as U.S. non-farm payrolls soar by 336,000 in September versus 170,000 forecast. Canada adds 64,000 jobs in September. Wage growth continued to drive higher at 5.3%. Ukraine seizes over $450 million worth of assets from 3 Russian oligarchs.
Bonds backed by subprime auto loans shrug off soaring delinquencies. The collapse in Treasury bonds ranks among the worst market crashes in history, and it had been speculated that the 5% bond market means pain is heading everyone's way. America is now paying more in interest on its record $33 trillion debt than on national defense.
Argentina's soy crushers face disaster as bean shortage sharpens. U.S. nutrition panel's ties to top food giants revealed in new report. Nearly 1,000 migrating songbirds perish after crashing into windows at Chicago Exhibition Hall. Biden says meeting with Xi in November 2023 in San Francisco a possibility. Nicolas Sarkozy doubly indicted in Libyan financing after Takidine's withdrawal.
In Brazil, Ford signs immediate release of the Camry planned, which will be transferred to BYD, Chinese car maker. In major development, GM to put battery plants under master contract with Union, UAW says.
Eligible electric and plug-in vehicle buyers will get U.S. tax credits immediately. In 2024, Toyota launches all-new Crown Sport in Japan. LCID, Lucid Motors loses $338,000 for every car it delivered. Extreme H hydrogen-powered off-road racing series planned for 2025 with FIA. Ryder Cup's Marco Simone Golf and Country Club, hit by large fire. Genetics firm 23andMe says user data stolen in credential stuffing attack, which targeted Ashkenazi Jews. Hackers advertise the sale of 23andMe data on leaked data forum. MGM Resorts confirms hackers stole customers' personal data during cyberattack. Miura 1, the first Spanish private suborbital reusable rocket, has been launched from Spain's Huelva. Amazon launches first 2 test satellites for Kuiper Internet Network. France has inaugurated the Canopé, the world's first commercial sailing freighter. It will transport the elements of the Ariane rocket to Guyana.
Samsung and TSMC reportedly struggling with 3nm yields, as the 3nm yields could be as low as 50%. ChatGPT's owner, OpenAI, is exploring making its own AI chips. The United States has warned 42 Chinese companies about possible sanctions for exporting American-made chips to Russia.
Atari is releasing a new cartridge for its 46-year-old 2600 console. Raspberry Pi 5 emulates Nintendo GameCube and Wii. A miniature spectrograph with AI has been invented in Germany that can determine the composition of textiles by the institute which developed the MP3 standard.
Malaysia energy firm Petronas launches 5G private network to become first in Malaysia to adopt 5G private network for enterprise use. Thames Water to hike Londoners' bills by £14 and 55 pence a month to fix leaks and cut sewage discharges. Also, Southern Water plans to hike bills by £279 a year, as water firms seek £96 billion across AMP8. Malaysia considers visa-free entry for Chinese tourists. Kazakhstan may prohibit wearing hijab and niqab in public places. In Japan, Nagoya city bans walking on escalators.